Welcome to the second Spectrum tutorial, and this will show the mid-game. As you can see now, there's been 4 colors closed, so we have now added a third die, and we're going to roll all 3 with each turn. I think the best way to look at this is maybe let's just run through a few turns, and we'll go orange, red, blue, green in that order. So let's roll for orange and see what orange could do. All right, so again, even though we're rolling 3 dice, we're only going to pick 2. So we can see this gives orange 2 options. He can take a double green, or he could take a green purple. So normally you're going to look at the doubles first. The first thing green would have to do is take 2 in green, which he can easily do here. And then his bonus move is 2 in the auxiliaries to green, which looks pretty good right. Oops, sorry, here's green. The auxiliary green doesn't have one here, but he does have one here, and we'll show what that could do. Or on the bottom, he could take 2 in red or 2 in the auxiliaries to red, so this guy's able to move over here. But our best move is probably going to be to take the 2 in green, and then take the auxiliary 2 in the blue green, which would allow green to I don't know why I made this green. Well, we'll say green went first, even though I said orange is going first. So green has now captured sky blue, and it is the end of his turn. He has moved. So let's go backwards. Now we'll make blue roll. All right, so now blue has a couple options. He can go green, yellow, which remember, because they're next to each other, will open up this yellowish green, but he doesn't have anybody in there, but he does have ones on either side, and you'll notice green, the color is closed, so this guy's kind of trapped right now. Yellow is not closed, so he can move 2 in yellow. So he could take yellow, green as themselves and just do something like this, 2 in yellow. He could take yellow, green and do 2 in green, but that doesn't really help him because green's closed, but he does kind of hover here. Or because they're next to each other, he could do something like this, 1 and 2, and now he's 1 spot away from taking the line green. That's probably blue's best move. The other one that would be a possibility would be to do a jump over the orange with this guy. So you would do something like that, right? It's still touching the thing. And that moves this guy closer, but I'm not sure that does him any better good than having this guy here and still having a blue able to capture yellow or to move over into the orange-yellow at some point if he needs to. So I would think this is probably blue's best move. So now let's move on to red and see what red can come up with on his turn. All right, red can go either blue, orange, which are not next to each other, so he could do. He has nobody in orange. He has 2. He has the guy at a starting point in blue. That's not so helpful. Or he can take the double orange, which he has a man in orange here. So that would move him to 2, but orange is closed. But by taking that, it would allow him then to take his bonus move, which would be 2 in blue, which would allow him to move this guy, or 2 in the sky blue, 2 in the purple blue, or the auxiliaries to orange, which would be the red orange, and he doesn't have anybody there. So it looks like red's best move is going to be to just do something in the line of, I'm going to guess it's something like take his 2 orange and then use the auxiliary orange to do something like this. Because remember, it opens up, his bonus move can either be 2 in blue or 2 in any of the auxiliaries through or out. So that would allow him to sneak in here and grab good old red-orange as a color. And that would leave orange as our last one to go this round. So let's see what he can come up with. And he's got a double orange or a purple orange. So he has a guy in purple, which would allow him to jump all the way to here, and all these are open. That might not be a bad move. Let's just see what he's got in orange. He's got nobody in orange. He'd have to bring in a new pawn to take the double. And then his bonus would be able to move 2 in blue, which is okay, although blue's closed. His best move would be to do something like this with his bonus move, but again, he'd have to bring in a new pawn to do that. I'm not too. I think this might be a chance where you see where taking this bonus roll is not the better way to go. Just take a normal purple move, use it as a jump, and you bring the orange all the way up to here. Now he's in striking distance of not only purple, but the blue, purple, and the purple red. So as you can see, as we start adding dice and more pawns come onto the board, there's going to be a lot more decisions to make every turn, and depending on what starts closing, you're going to need to move pawns sideways to get them out of closed colors. But always look for opportunities to jump and for when intermediate colors are open, because intermediate colors cannot be entered. Remember, they can only be entered once a pawn's on the board. So getting into them at some point is going to be necessary. That's the end of this tutorial, and then we'll take a final look at the end game strategies in the last tutorial.